Hello everybody, this is Jester Tech here with you once again, and well, I think it's about time to do a 2-month update on driving this 92 Jeep Cherokee XJ. Looks a little better than it did last time you saw it. You see the rockers are on there, which they're not actually welded on there, they're just screwed, as you can see. There's a reason for that. I have not been able to get it into the shop to actually get out the decent welder and weld all that. I mean, I could just booger that with the little flux core, but I want to put some nice welds, make it look decent. Because part of it is, sure, it might be solid if I do it, but it's not going to look very good. And I'd rather, instead of grinding it, I'd rather have just like a really nice looking weld across there. So yeah. But overall, it's not looking too bad. At least this side, I kind of scuffed this door and spray canned it to just see what it looked like. That's that green door. And it doesn't look too bad. Eventually, in the spring, I may or may not just give this thing a quick scuff and shoot and get it all one color. Here's the quarter panel that really needs some help. Yeah. It is now nowhere near straight, but whatever, it's at least there's all metal there. What I'm thinking I might do, because for about like 75 bucks, I could buy one of those. It's made out of like 1/8 inch steel. I buy one of those quarter panel protector things, the armor thing, put it on there, well, and then just use a panel bond and plug weld it over top of most of this, instead of just straightening out the quarter. That means I don't have to do any real fill or anything, and it'll fit. I mean, and I don't know, it's just an idea. It saved me a lot of time basically, and it'd all be metal, so I wouldn't have to worry about it popping out or anything later. And yeah, you can see all the multicolors. Everybody seems to love it. This is why I'm not quite sure I want to paint this thing, because everyone loves the 3 colors. Seriously, like I go to gas stations, people are like, cool car, yeah. I've never gotten this much attention with a car, but whatever. Now, as it sits, this has been my daily driver lately, and it's done a great job. It really hasn't skipped a beat. I mean, I've done a little work on the front end. I fixed the brakes, and I actually put shocks on it and a steering stabilizer. Shocks came with the car, the new shocks. And the steering stabilizer was like 40 bucks, so I got that. Fixed the front brakes on it, which I didn't actually replace them. I really just, because the pads look pretty new. I think someone went through the front end, at least somewhat, on this before they parked it. What I did is I literally just cleaned everything up, put new slide pins in it, and now it stops really good. It was pulling before, and I was thinking I need calipers. Nope, everything's fine. I did get hoses for it when I was just ordering crap off Rock Auto. And I'll probably put those on a little bit later. I'm going to do a second order, and yeah, I have a list on Rock Auto of things I'll probably order it pretty soon before I like actually start, you know, taking this thing on road trips. I'll do calipers and hoses and wheel cylinders, even though nothing's leaking. Nothing in the brake system is leaking. I had to put a line on it last year when Tanner was still driving it. Just the rear line here. Everything else is in good shape. I mean, another thing, obviously, I changed the oil in it. I put 1030 Ford Lucas, and the 1030 I used was Valvoline's VR1, which is pretty much the only oil you want to run in one of these old 4.0s. Doesn't matter what year it is, they all have a flat tappet cam. They all want zinc. So that's what I'm running in it. And this thing just runs great. This thing started up in -10 this morning. Not yesterday, it was this morning. It was -10, 7 a.m. when I had to go to work. Started up. I mean, it's a little stiff, but it didn't hesitate. It was cranked a little stiff and then just started going, and it wasn't even ticking. There was no tick at -10. I should have videoed it, but I didn't because I was pretty cold. But yeah, it's been a great vehicle. I'll show you the inside real quick. I did some other improvements to it. As you can see, still crank windows and then power windows in the rear, which I haven't got the power windows working. I put a stereo in it. In fact, I spent too much money on this stereo system. It's 4 speakers, but 4 like really nice speakers because they're all pretty blown out. Actually, no, the fronts weren't. The rears were, but while I was there, I bought 4 speakers. So yeah, just a cheapo kind of, well, not really that cheap. Well, it was 70 bucks. It's Pioneer head unit right here. Great thing about these Jeeps though is that they use a single the radio form factor. I did not need to buy any sort of adapter kit or brackets or anything to get it to fit. I was able to just take the factory one out, and they had a little bracket on it, bolt that to it, and then put this in. And funny thing, I just sold the factory one for $100 on eBay because it was still fully functional. It worked really well. But I wanted Bluetooth, so yeah. I'm going to show you one cool feature with this radio, though, that you don't really see in modern cars. Just turn the key on, and then hopefully you'll see it as the radio comes on. Power antenna. Look at that. Isn't that cool or what? Anyways, I'm going to go start it up for you. Runs great. Not really, no real exhaust leaks or anything. I mean, no pulley noise even. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's got a little bit of a leak from the power steering pump. Well, I say it has a leak. I put some Lucas in it, some Lucas power steering stop leak, which it's just a thick seal conditioner basically. And that stopped the leak completely. It's not dripping, not doing anything. I did the same thing in my Suburban about 5 years ago, and it still hasn't leaked, and that's like 50,000 miles. So, whatever. Also got a leak from the oil pressure. No, the oil filter adapter, the O-ring. One bolt to fix it. I'll do it at the next oil change. It's just a minor leak. But generally, this thing doesn't leave any drips. I'm gonna do some other things because my end goal with this is to take this thing storm chasing and not give a shit whether it gets destroyed with hail. So I'm gonna do some preventative maintenance. Probably gonna do, you know, brakes and stuff like that. Like I said, I'll shut this off. I might do ball joints because I had it up earlier today, actually on the lift at work, and there was just that tiniest bit of play in the lower one down here. It's just the tiniest bit of play, and it's a non-greasable one, so I just kind of got the needle greaser and I just kind of poked it through the boot and filled it up a bit. It's not really wearing tires or anything, but I guess while I'm at it, I will do the upper and lower ball joints all around just to make sure this thing's nice. Doesn't really have any death wobble or anything though. These wheels, I had to kind of jump through some hoops to get them balanced, these fronts. Because he had them done at Walmart, and well, they didn't do a very good job. Well, they used the wrong weights. This requires, I think, you know what, now I can't remember what the weight's called. But anyways, they used the wrong weights, and they all fell off. So, well, I ended up just having the static balance because I didn't want to put sticky weights on the outside because I didn't have the right weights either. But eventually I'll probably order a set of the right weights so I can get it balanced correctly. But now, I mean, the static balance might be fine because I don't feel any sort of vibration anymore. I had a pretty bad one up. You know, it started about 93 and went away about 140. No. No, but about 65 to 70, I had a bit of a vibration. And now it's gone. Now, I have a couple other things for it right now that also I want to do. And I might do a video series on, like, equipping it to be an actual storm chase vehicle. And I might compare it to my other chase vehicle that is fully set up. But basically, one important thing to me, at least after let's just say a bad experience at the side of the road once, I like to have a beacon because sometimes people won't be able to see your hazards no matter how far you are to the side of the road. They might not see you. And you could get killed pretty easily. So I found this. This was because, well, the shop I work at, I don't know, my boss had this as a spare. He sold it to me. Had it for a spare for his plow truck. Got another beacon. The one that I was on, it's in a lot better shape. It's the same model as the one in on the Blazer, but it's in a lot better shape, at least the lenses. The bulbs are out of it, though. It needs two new bulbs. I think maybe someone like ran too much power through it or something, because it spins, but neither of the bulbs work. They're both blown. But anyways, I'm gonna get this mounted up here. It'll be pretty good. I've had a lot of people mistake my Blazer for like a rural mail carrier's vehicle or like a volunteer firefighter's vehicle, and they're probably gonna just do the same thing with this, which actually, in my honest opinion, that's actually a pretty good ticket repellent in my opinion. Looking like that, especially when I have the white door, sign that I put on the Blazer. And I'm going to get one for that. I'm not going to use the same one because unfortunately it's actually too wide for this door. So I'm probably just going to get another one, or more likely I might just actually paint it on there. I mean, I've done, you've seen some of my sort of, I mean, I'm no sign painter, but I can kind of do some graphics if I really want to, with make a couple stencils and stuff like that. I mean, that magnetic door sign, I used a vinyl cutter, cut all that out, made it myself. I'll probably show it to you in the next video, which actually I might be recording tonight, because I think I'm going to bring the Blazer in here and do a video on it. But yeah, that's going to be cool. As I've said before, instead of actually fixing this, I think I'm going to put my antennas here just to throw it off. And I'm going to put 2 antennas there, maybe 3, I'm not quite sure. I think I'll have a dual band, like 2 meter / 70 centimeter antenna, / it'll also, because the dual band radio will also probably do GMRS. I'm looking at some radios right now. I want to get a decent one. And then also a CB. I think a CB would be good too. So yeah, I think that'll work out pretty good. I have a little dual band also. Well, I'm gonna get it. This one's gonna be a little more purpose set up than the Blazer, I feel like, because I'm not gonna feel bad about drilling holes in this like the Blazer. So yeah, I'll literally run the wires for the beacon through the roof. I might even bolt, instead of putting it up on the roof rack, I might actually bolt it directly to the roof. I mean, there's no headliner in it, but I'll do it properly, use grommets and stuff like that, and seal it up with silicone. But yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a pretty good chase vehicle. And actually, I mean, originally it was supposed to be the Blazer's going to be my primary. This is going to be my secondary, and the Suburban's would be my tertiary. But actually, I think I have more confidence in the drivetrain of this than the Blazer, even though I've driven the Blazer nearly 20,000 miles since I bought it back, 11 months ago. It feels a lot healthier. And also, I guess the big thing is this thing actually runs decent. The Blazer runs like crap because it's got problems with the Vortec spider injectors and stuff, which I'm going to have to do that pretty soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing at least a fuel pressure regulator, but I might be putting spiders in it, which I found the only decent ones you can buy are from Standard Motor Products, which is just rebranded of Delphi. You can't buy any GM Genuine or AC Delco ones anymore. And those cheap Chinese ones, I hear they have like a 75% failure rate. So anyways, I'm going to see if I can, because it's running on all cylinders, I'm going to just see if I can get away with putting a fuel pressure regulator. I got a Delphi one I paid like $60 for. Then I'm going to just put in it, and then if that doesn't work, I'll pull it all apart, put spiders. And if that doesn't make it run better, well, I'm just going to drive it because it has not let me down yet. It's really just like idles, crappy, has trouble starting when it's warm. So anyways, that's probably all I got to say for today. I mean, this thing has really come together, and it's become a pretty good vehicle. Obviously, I'm going to be tearing stuff back apart and redoing certain things eventually. I guess the absolute end goal with this thing, I'll drive it for a couple of years. But, I mean, this thing got a bit of chronic rust that, I mean, it's fixable, but I don't know if it's worth it. It's just to the point where I'll probably, unless it gets super sentimentally attached, I'll probably be on the lookout for a nice clean XJ that might need a motor and just swap everything over and use this as a parts vehicle. But maybe not. Maybe I'll go through the trouble, fix up, Because the rear frame, though, there's no actual holes. Okay, there's one sketchy spot, but there's like nothing dangerous on the rear frame, but it's getting thin. It's pretty scaly. I mean, I can put one of the, but maybe I'll get one of those reinforcement kits. But it's also like the inner quarters are gone. I had to put weld up supports in there. Inner quarters are gone, and the floor here is pretty bad. I mean, it's going to need about as much work as I had to put up here, back here. And I'm going to have to redo some of this work because, well, anyways. It's just, I don't know. I'm back and forth about whether this is actually fully, I could actually like restore this thing, or I should just have some fun with it, drive it couple tens of thousands of miles, and then find a nice clean one. So anyways, that's all I got for now. Thank you guys for watching, and you guys leave a comment if you have one, and have a good day.